Hey everyone, my name is Russell Brunson, and welcome to episode number 14 of the .comSecrets Daily Sketch. Today I'm going to be talking about something amazing that happened to me last night that kind of changed my whole perspective on where media and where business is going. So I want to show you guys how it works, get you guys excited, so come on and let's get started. Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing daily sketch today, but I had something that happened to me last night, and I got so excited by it, and I'm so passionate about it, I wanted to share it with you guys because up until that point, I'd heard a lot of stuff about this concept, but I never actually put any of my brain power into it. After I saw it in action, I got really, really excited. So what I actually bought, I bought this about 3 or 4 months ago. It's been sitting on my bed, or sitting on my desk, just sitting there, and it's a little thing called a Roku box, R-O-K-U. You may have heard of them, you may not have heard of them, but it's really cool. It's actually even smaller than that. So it's a little tiny box, and you plug it into your TV, and you plug it into your internet connection, and boom, up comes your TV. And what happens is, the reason why I first got this is because it has like all these different apps in there, kind of like the App Store for your iPhone, your iPod. And so I logged in there, and I wanted the Netflix app. So I went in there and downloaded the Netflix app because on my my TV in my bedroom, I couldn't have a VCR. We had no way to watch anything except for what was on TV. And so we got this, hooked it up. It's like $100. I think it was under $100, but about $100 for this whole box. Hooked it up to our TV, downloaded Netflix, and boom, now we had Netflix on here. Then I went in there and they had the channel store, kind of like the App Store. I started going around, and I found all sorts of just amazing things in there. I found Hulu Plus. So sign up for Hulu Plus, boom, and that gave me access to basically reruns of every TV show ever. So last night actually I went in there to Hulu Plus and I found an old episode of Shark Tank that I had somehow missed, so I watched that. Napoleon Dynamite, if you guys missed any of that cartoon, I went in there, they had all 7 episodes and 2 of them I hadn't watched yet, so I watched both of those. So I had tons of fun with Hulu Plus. And I was looking at other ones. I found an app for TED. I'm not sure if you guys know TED. But there's an app for TED, and TED is kind of like this seminar that happens all over the world a couple times a year, and they bring the biggest thought leaders in finance and business and health and all over the world, and they come and they have to speak for 17 minutes and give everything they know in 17 minutes. So I download this TED app completely free. I start watching it, and there's seriously thousands of presentations. I watched a presentation from Tony Robbins, I watched Malcolm Gladwell, I watched Jason Fried, I watched all these amazing business owners up on stage for 17 minutes giving their best, and I'm sitting there in my bed watching these shows, all from the TED app, completely free. Then I went in there and I found Gary Vaynerchuk has an app for his Daily Grape. I downloaded that, and all of his YouTube videos I'm able to watch there right there sitting there in my bed. So I started getting excited because there's literally apps for everything, for the news, for weather, for music, for just as much stuff as you can even dream of. And what was cool is that most of these things were actually free. So after we started playing with this last night, I talked to my wife. I said, basically, we're probably going to cancel our cable. We're going to get rid of, we have 3 DVRs, like the TiVo boxes in our house right now. We're going to get rid of all those. It's going to save us like $300 or $400 a month. But the more important reason is because everything you could possibly dream of wanting to entertain yourself is on here. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get free movies from Amazon. So we download the Amazon Prime app. Just all these different amazing apps. Angry Birds is on there. So if you want to play games, kids can play Angry Birds. Okay, so that's kind of what I found out. Now this is the big epiphany that I want to talk about that, again, I kind of missed when people were talking about this. Okay, you look at the way that TV works right now. How does it work? Okay, we sit down, we turn on the channel, we sit there and we watch for hours and hours on end, right? And you watch the program, then you see commercial, and you watch the program, you see a commercial. And we're kind of in a situation where you sit down and TV kind of comes at you, and that's how you consume the content, right? And in our world right now, with all these things that are happening, all the new inventions, iPods, iPhones, is we're really shifting away from like a sit down and have things come at you model, and we're shifting more to like you just are going to watch what you actually want to watch. Okay, so instead of me sitting there and say, okay, it's 7 o'clock tonight, my favorite show's on, I'm just going to go the next day, boom, click on my Hulu Plus and watch it whenever it's convenient for me. Okay, and people are really switching to more of a convenience type model. And so what that means for you guys is start looking at stuff like this, because I think in 5 years from now, TV's going to, as we know, it's going to be pretty much dead. There's going to be no purpose for ABC and NBC and these big broadcasters, because nobody's going to be watching their shows. Okay, no one's going to be able to pay for commercials on those shows because there's no purpose. No eyeballs are going to be there. Usually, if there are, people are going to TiVo them and fast forward to the commercials. So when the advertisers disappear, the whole thing is going to collapse. Okay, and everyone's going to be shifting back to these type of models. Okay, now for you as a strategic business owner, look at like what Gary Vaynerchuk was doing right here with the Daily Grape. Okay, he was getting a whole bunch of people to start downloading this thing right now, putting it on your TV, putting it on your iPod, putting it on your iPad, putting it in all different ways you can. So he's got direct access to you, and he's building up his following and building up his subscriber base now. Okay, now fast forward 5 years from now when TV's pretty much dead, the advertisers aren't going to traditional media because there's no eyeballs there, and they come and log in here and they say, hey, here's Gary Vaynerchuk. He's got 500,000 viewers who are subscribed to his channel, watching his TV show every single day. They're watching his YouTube videos, they're watching whatever he puts in here. Man, he's the guy we want to buy advertising from. And suddenly, what just happened? Now Gary owns media. Okay, he's become as powerful as NBC as any of these other places. He can start selling advertising. He can start making all the money in a lot of different ways because he controls and he owns the media. Okay, in any business, if you own the distribution channel, you win the game. Okay, right now, we go out there and we buy solo ads, and we buy pay-per-click, and we buy traffic from a lot of different sources because they own the distribution. They have the eyeballs. So we got to go out there and pay for those things. Okay, if you start looking at this strategically right now, knowing that we're before this big, huge thing is happening, and realizing, hey, I can start my own TV channel, and right now no one's going to watch it, but I'm going to start one. I'm going to start doing whatever I can to start getting subscribers from this, and in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, this thing, if you do it right, you do it correctly, and you start getting followers, again, you can have 100,000, 500,000, 1 million people subscribe to your channel, and now you own the distribution. You can run an ad on your channel whenever you want, and guess what it costs you? It costs you nothing. So your cost to acquire customers literally just disappears because you own the distribution channel. And that's why I think this whole thing is so big. So what I want you guys focusing on right now, especially for the next few days, is start thinking about this in your head is how can you own your own distribution channel? Okay, you can start your own TV show, start your own online radio show. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but think about that. You want to be able to control your own, or to own your own distribution channel. Okay, so this is kind of what the Roku thing brought to me that I really think about last night was distribution channel. R-I-B-U-T, distribution channel. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but this should be your goal. Okay, we talk about building a big email list. What's an email list? It's a distribution channel. Now you have distribution to everyone on your email list. Okay, if you had your own radio station, you'd have distribution to all those people. Okay, distribution. Should be the goal of all of us in our business. Is how can we build the biggest and the best distribution channel? And if you want to know where the future is, where things are changing to, check out Roku. In fact, I'd go to Amazon right now, buy a Roku box. It's going to cost you $50, $100. Get it shipped to your house, install it, start downloading some apps, and see what's going to be happening. Okay, for me and my business, we're going to start focusing on building our own TV channel in here very, very quickly, and then we're going to start focusing on what other places, where besides here we've got TV, so we know this is where TV's going, and you've got iPods, you've got iPads, you got all these the other things. How do we get our message? How do we get our distribution channel in all those different places so that when the things change, that we're going to be in a good spot because we'll own the media. And that should be your goal, and we should start focusing on, start thinking about for a little while. Okay, you guys? So that is what I learned last night by looking at my Roku box. Okay, guys, so just so you know, I'm starting this mission literally today with you guys, so I don't have a step forward, step ahead of anybody, you guys. So I want you guys kind of coming on this journey with me. I'm going to, over the next couple of weeks and months as I'm doing this whole process, I'm going to let you know what I'm learning, what I'm discovering. You know, where to find developers who can build a Roku thing, where we can get distribution, where are other good places, other ideas. And so I'm going to start sharing those things with you guys. And if you're interested in this and you want to be on this journey with me, post down the things you're finding down below in the comment section as well. And that way we can kind of all learn together and grow together. And then when my new channel comes out, be sure to subscribe because it's going to be fun to see how it all works. And again, this is a journey I want to take with you guys. Kind of a big epiphany I had last night. I've heard people talk about this concept before, but never was real to me until I was sitting in my bed watching these TED Talks and how I was able to pick exactly what I wanted to watch, exactly when I wanted to watch it. I said, this is the future. This is what people are going to be doing. So if you can be that person and create your own channel, be interesting, be exciting when people want to hear from you, you can literally own the eyeballs. And then when you own the eyeballs, you own the media, you have your own distribution channel, and the whole game changes. People start coming to you. It's kind of like what blogging was. If you look at what blogging was, 5.5, 6 years ago, when people started blogging and all of a sudden started getting these eyeballs, and suddenly advertisers were going to these bloggers and paying them hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because they had all these eyeballs here. Okay, and blogging, that's what's happening now. Everyone's blogging, so it's kind of like these trends happen, right? And so the trend happens, everyone's coming, and now there's a million blogs out there, so it's harder to launch a new blog. It's harder to get the eyeballs. But the people who jumped in immediately, guess what? They've already got the eyeballs. They already have the loyal following. So now is your turn and my turn to really capitalize on this. Get in early because this is where things are going. This is what blogging was, maybe 10 years ago. And we're just starting the process right now. So we're getting started. Hopefully you're getting started as well. Let's build our distribution channels and make some noise. Thanks, you guys. We'll talk to you on the next episode.